What's up, homies? My name is Matt Lurker and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some of the 5 worst financial mistakes you can make in your 20s. And there's a ton of different things we can talk about, but today I'm going to focus on, to me, what are some of the worst ones you could do. There's a lot of different things that you can do in your 20s to really set yourself up to actually have a good life if you're willing to be frugal, if you're willing to save a little bit and not make some of these mistakes that we're going to talk about. So if that's a topic that you guys are interested in, go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know that you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff. That really helps out the channel. It helps me know what you guys want to see. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. The first financial mistake you could make in your 20s is going and getting a college degree and not having a direction that you want to go after your degree is over. I see way too many people get into debt for a degree that they don't even know what job they're going to get with that degree. And so the best thing to do, if you're not sure about whether you want to go to college or what job you want to have, talk to people. Talk to people who are in career fields that you may want to go into, or that you at least have an idea or an interest in. If your parents are pushing you or someone else is pushing you to go to college, maybe consider a community college in your area. There's thousands of community colleges across the United States where you can get a very cheap education, but still a good education. You could get your associate's degree and then transfer to almost any four-year university once you figure out what you really want to do. Doing this will save you money. Another thing you can do is go to a trade school. And this is something you've probably already heard of, but I'm going to tell you about it again. So many people overlook these jobs that are traditionally a little more blue collar, but you can still make a ton of money. There's plenty of plumbers and electricians out there who maybe didn't get a 4-year degree like we typically think of, but they make 6 figures a year because they went in, they got a certification, they started their own business, or they put in their time just working for some other company. And honestly, in the future, college is going to be so expensive. If you're a teenager right now thinking about going to college in the next few years, you should really consider just getting a certification online, or maybe take some courses on YouTube. Learn a skill that's still going to be marketable for you and that's going to make you a viable candidate to an employer, even though you may not actually have a degree. And lastly, on this point, so many college graduates aren't even using their degree. 53% of recent college graduates are either unemployed or underemployed, meaning that they're in a job that they don't really need their degree for. And so really they could have just skipped all that and just gone to work right away. Okay, this next one I hear from my friends, I hear from other people, and this one is waiting until you have your real job to start investing. This one is so important because if you wait until the age of 25 to start investing instead of starting at 20, and if you're maximizing your Roth IRA contributions, which I'll talk about in another video on how a Roth IRA works, but if you wait until the age of 25 instead of starting at 20, you're missing out on $764,000 over the long run if you retire at the age of 65, and we're assuming a rate of return of about 8%. So based on those numbers alone, that 5-year period is where you're really going to make some major gains. And no one's talking about this, but those first 5 years of investing and those contributions that you make, that's really going to make a huge difference in the long run. Number 3 on today's list is not building your credit. My parents told me, and I know other people's parents told them, don't get a credit card. Credit cards are bad for you. They're just going to put you in a worse financial situation. But they were wrong. You know, plenty of these people, they say, don't get a credit card. Dave Ramsey says, don't get a credit card. If you can be disciplined, then a credit card is going to work for you. And really, whether they know it or not, everyone has a credit score, and we all need a higher credit score if we want to save money on a loan. Unless you're going to be buying your house outright, then you're going to have to apply for a loan from a bank. You're going to have to go to a bank and say, please give me some money so I can buy this house that I want. And they're going to charge you more if you've got a crappy credit score, like a 500 or something, or you may not even get a loan. And so really what you want to do is the day you turn 18, go and get a credit card. There's some great credit cards out there. I'll put a link in the description of a place where you can go and compare rates and compare different credit cards that are going to be best for your situation. All right, guys, number 4 on today's list is vacations. I know we all want to go on vacations. I do too. Haven't been to Hawaii yet. I still want to go. And I know that I'm going to catch some flack for this because a lot of people love traveling and we all need some way to kind of escape the grind of everyday life now and then. I think it's better to just find the little pleasures in every day. But I'll admit, we all need to have some sort of recovery period. However, that being said, I don't think we need to go out and spend $5,000 on a vacation every year in our 20s. We can't afford that. Like, who's paying for these vacations for us? Really, when you go on vacation, ideally it should be something where you're frugal even when you're on vacation. And I know that kind of defeats the purpose because we want to just relax and we want to be carefree. But when you look at it where you're spending $5,000 on a vacation every year, that money could have been invested in a Roth IRA. That money could have paid down some of the debt that you probably have. So really, if you want to travel, there's much better ways to just hack the system and either travel for free or travel at a low cost. And I'll make another video about how you can travel for free or at a low cost, but I'll save that info for another time. Number 5 on today's list is buying a car that you can't afford. We all know someone who has a BMW when they're a freshman in college, and we all wonder, how can they afford that car? But deep down, you and I both know that they can't. And trust me, I get it too. I'm a car guy, I'm a motorcycle guy, obviously. Like, I want to spend money on these things. I want to go fast. I want to have a nice, luxurious vehicle. But at the same time, that car payment will wreck you. It's much better just to get a cheap car for just a couple grand that you can afford either all up front or at low monthly payments. Someone who has a car payment of $200 a month for 4 years, that is just crazy as a college student or someone in their early career. That money could be invested somewhere else or it could be saved to be used as a down payment on a home. There's so many better ways to spend that money than just throwing the money out the door for a car that you won't even keep forever. And something that most people don't even think about when they're buying the car is that that car is going to depreciate. You're going to spend all that money up front and you're going to keep paying over the life of the loan while the car is depreciating the whole time. And so really you're going to be losing money in more ways than just one. Not only are you paying that monthly payment that you'll never see again, but that car that you're driving is losing value. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. If you agree with these 5 things, go ahead and hit that like button beneath the video. If you disagree, let me know. Comment on the bottom, maybe I'll comment back and we can just clap back at one another. And lastly, if you made it this far in the video, take a look at my hoodie and just comment down below. I'm in an argument with my wife right now. Is this purple or is this gray? So comment down below. If it's purple, I win, and if it's gray, I guess I'm colorblind. So let me know. All right, thanks guys. That's going to be it. I'll see you next time.